Jay, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yes, I can.
Let me try
No,
that
what's up,
one.
man?
I'll
Yeah,
try that
hey.
once. I'll try that once
Okay,
again.
yeah, yeah.
Jay, so where are you from, and can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure, yeah. What's up, man? So my name is Kila. I'm a rapper, originally from New York, but I moved to Mumbai about 6, 7 years ago,
Okay.
and I came here for the hip hop scene. My dad's originally from here. My mom's from New York,
Hmm.
so I'm half Indian and Jewish. And
Wow.
but part of the reason I moved here is that I had family here, so I knew I had a place to stay.
Right. Okay. And where did the idea for how to make it in Mumbai come from?
It's a great question. You know,
I know someone wrote it for me.
so I've been doing music for a really long time, like over 10 years now, and I'd been in Mumbai for 6, and I was getting frustrated honestly with the music industry.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
not with anything in particular, just the way that it works, and because I when I first came, it was like the hip hop scene was very small, and
Hmm.
there was a strong sense of community. Like there was one hip hop show every 2 months,
Hmm.
and every artist from the city would come and be there. Like even people like Divine,
Hmm.
and after like 2020 and COVID, the all the major labels came here, and now the scene is blown up.
Hmm.
Even after Gully Boy, I
Hmm.
guess after Gully Boy, partially, yeah.
Right.
So but I was just getting frustrated with the system, and like I was trying to figure out how to deal with it and like what to do because
Hmm.
for artists, like when you're not getting work, you kind of it gets really frustrating, right? Especially if
Hmm.
you're not making money. There's no other source of income,
Right.
and so the only way, a friend had mentioned, why don't we like write about your story of coming here, because it's kind of a unique story, and I was like, yeah, that could be cool. And that became sort of the way that I processed all this stuff that was happening, these frustrations, was
Hmm.
that I started viewing my life as a sitcom.
Hmm.
And
Thank God for that because
hey, cheers.
we
No.
wouldn't have got this show otherwise. Yeah.
But it honestly really helped me personally. Like it it made me take a step back, not take things too seriously.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and that was how the idea came about. Then
Yeah.
me and my friend Tarun, who
Mm.
is my childhood friend from the U.S., not the Tarun in the show. A lot of people think that. I'm sorry. That Tarun's great too. This is a different Tarun.
Right. Yeah. It's a good
And
distinction to make. Yeah.
yeah, he so he was like, "Why don't we make the show ourselves?" Like, because before we were trying to pitch it and make a 20-minute version, but that
Mm-hmm.
was it was difficult. We had written it out, but it was
Mm.
like um, we were like, "Why don't we just make something we can do ourselves?" And that was how we decided to do the YouTube version, which was these short 3 to 4 minute episodes.
Right.
So we rewrote everything, and yeah, that was how it came about.
Awesome, man. And how long did it actually take you to make the whole show,
The whole show.
or like say
Nice.
the
See,
first
first
season?
season?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So to make the first season, it started when I was actually back in New York, and I go back once a year in the summer to visit my mom, and while I was there, we started making these episodes, and like then I came back. So it took about 3 months to shoot. We were
Wow.
actually it was very on the fly kind of, like we shot stuff in New York. We didn't even know we were gonna shoot in India, but
Mm.
we were like, we know the show is about making it here.
Wow.
And I'd actually gotten the new iPhone at the time, the iPhone 14,
Right.
to film the whole show with that, because that was our plan. We were like, let's just make
Wow.
it low budget, however we can.
Yeah.
And then once I got back, we started we wrote out a story. So, but it ended up being like shooting for 3 months and
Mm-hmm.
then editing for another month.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we started in July, and then like the first season came out in November.
Got it.
So maybe it was editing for 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
editing month
Okay.
and a half or something like that. But that was the timeline.
Nice.
Um,
So I kind of realized that both seasons have had a bit of a Diwali release in some way. You could say like an
yeah,
October, November, Halloween slash
slash
Diwali
Denali
release.
release. Yeah, you're right.
It's
Yeah,
good,
that
man.
was unplanned.
Unplanned.
But yeah, it's a good time I feel to watch.
Great time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
For most people.
festive.
Very festive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. People want to laugh and have a good time. Then
yeah,
it makes sense.
definitely.
And so you said you kept it low budget. You wanted to approach it that way. How many people did you have on your set? at any time.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so for the crew in the first season was just 2 people. It was like shout out to Vatsal and Abhijit. They filmed most of the first season, and then a few episodes actually. We had 3 or 4. We had 3 people, which was with Ajinkya and Creator.com, but but yeah, it was very bare bones. First season we didn't have a sound guy. A bunch of the episodes we were recording by putting an iPhone like in someone's pocket.
Nice.
And
I love it.
So then a lot of people gave feedback. They're like, the sound, you could fix the sound, and I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So the second season we got a sound guy. Second season we had 3 people on set. It was Vatsal, Abhijit, and Ashok, the sound mixer.
Sound mixer.
And that was it. Yeah.
Wow.
So and then of course all the cast.
Right.
And we had way more cast in the second season. So like the biggest episode we had, which is the finale, there are like 20 people I think in the cast that was on set.
Mm-hmm. This is the one at the party where you meet Priya for the first time. Was
No,
it? Oh, no,
that had a lot of people too though. Actually,
right.
That had like 10 people. Yeah, this is the very last episode
of season 1
of season 2.
Oh, which is not released yet.
Not released yet. Yeah.
Got it.
So,
okay,
but it's a talent show scene, and so we had all the contestants, and then there's like a ton of stuff happening with like the main cast too.
Nice.
So yeah, that was a big scene. That was
That sounds juicy. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. How's that, dude? How's that?
Dude, awesome. All right, so I got to ask this. It's something that's been on, I think, everyone's mind. How close is your character to you, Jay, in real life?
Real life?
Yeah.
I'll be real. It's pretty close, actually. Yeah. I mean, I think that was part of the way that made it easier for me to act as myself, because you're playing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There, of course, is exaggeration. I do go through a lot of awkward situations in real life, and
right.
Which people around me don't realize it's happening maybe sometimes, but I see it, and then but then getting screwed over so much is not as much. But of course, that does happen a lot though too. You know, it's just not as it's not as comedic maybe in real life.
Mm-hmm.
But from the perspective of the show, it is. So,
it is.
So it's like, yeah.
You're making, it's like life imitates art.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Everything in the show is based on real experiences. Like, even from meeting the label executives, like, I used to go and pitch my music to labels here.
Right.
And we would have conversations like the one in the first season where they're like, was different ones. Ones where they're like, you should rap in Hindi. Ones where they're like, why are you doing so much Indian shit? Like, you need foreign stuff. You're not from here. And I'm like, but we're in India.
Right.
So, yeah, it's based now. I mean, now when I'm in situations, I'm thinking about, this could be material for the show. You know?
Which is great, because I think if you didn't have that observational lens, we wouldn't have this kind of comedy coming out from this kind of situation, right? Because situational humor is basically what this is, and you find comedy in it, and you're able to make art out of your pain or out of your own sort of confusing understanding of how things work.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Cheers, man. Cheers. Yeah. How's
yeah,
that?
man. And so what are your plans for the show in the future? Going forward? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, honestly, we just want to keep making it, and obviously we would like to get to a big platform and, get it as widely seen as possible. But otherwise, we're ready to keep doing the YouTube style. And, we already planned out season 3. We have an outline of a story.
That's great.
So, yeah. And, but yeah, we want to get it to be seen by as many people as possible. And, whatever format that takes, while maintaining creative control. And the sense of humor, because I feel like a lot of the humor comes from us being able to do what we want and not having to worry about we can't do this or we can't do that, so it lets us take more risks and stuff.
Right. So has some show been a big influence, would you say?
Yeah, dude, of course. Yeah, a bunch of shows. The biggest ones I'd say would be Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, how's it? Yeah, Donald Glover. Yeah,
I see that. Yeah.
So Atlanta. the show Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
a little bit of Entourage, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing from those shows, like Atlanta is, it has the rap story and stuff, but
Right.
like those other shows, they, especially Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
they do this thing where it's like those guys are the underdogs, right? The startup,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like everything bad is happening to them, but then there's always one small good thing
Right.
that takes you to the next episode, right?
Right.
So that kind of like storytelling I liked a lot.
That's
It's
awesome.
because it's very relatable.
It's very relatable.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because our lives are like that.
Exactly, yeah, dude.
Right.
There's something small that like keeps us going somehow.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
yeah.
So
I love that, man. And so, do you think at this point, since you're 2 seasons in, do you like rapping more or acting more?
another great question.
Yeah, some great guy wrote these questions for
Hey.
me, so you know.
No, honestly, right now I'm enjoying acting more. I still love rap. Rap has given me so much, and it's taught me a lot. It's brought me to India. It's brought me to different places, and like connected me with so many different people, amazing artists, and all types of things. So like I'll always love rap, but like acting, I just find it's more fun right now. I've been doing improv. I really like improv,
Mhm.
and I just feel like rap can get very serious at times. Like people are like, you gotta be the best rapper. You gotta be better than that guy. It's very
Right.
competitive.
Mhm.
Acting, people maybe they say that like you gotta crush that guy. You can be a better actor.
First
I
time
don't
I'm
know,
hearing
though.
that.
Yeah,
Someone saying
yeah.
you gotta crush that guy, be a better actor.
You can outact him. Yeah.
But I
So-
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, especially comedy, right? Comedy's just fun.
It's
It's like
fun.
you don't have to. So
You're right.
yeah, I'd say acting right now. Acting. Yeah.
That's great, man. And I guess improv is a great way to get into
To-
that as well, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
Because
definitely.
it's a fun way of getting into it.
Yeah.
And so now that you've been in Mumbai for a good couple of years and you've seen a lot, you've put it out there for people to watch in the form of humor, what's one tip that you would give to people to make it in Mumbai?
Hey, nice, dude. I would say, just, yeah, I mean, I would say, don't get too caught up in the hustle. Like, everybody here is trying to chase something, which is good because you have to work and you have to work hard.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, what I realized in the past, like, 2 years is, like, you have to enjoy what you're doing and, like, the process. If you're not enjoying the process, and people say, it sounds so cliche. I'm hearing myself say this, but I've heard people say it. But now I finally understand it. If you're not, because like there were times where I'd work on something and I was like, I need to work on that because then I'll get this. The song will get there, and people. Now I'm just like, if I don't like the thing that I have to do,
Mm-hmm.
unless there's a lot of money involved or something, then I'm not gonna do it. Right? It's like I'm only gonna work on projects that I feel strongly about. So I
Right.
think that's a big one. Yeah, just find what you do with the stuff you like and don't chase too much.
Love that, and that's something all of you guys should keep in mind, because you gotta love what you do. Wake up and love what you do, and we want to end this with a little game called This or That,
Okay.
where I'll throw two words at you and you pick one essentially, and it's like a rapid fire. So, you ready for this?
Let's do it.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Tea or coffee?
I'm gonna say coffee.
Let's try that again. It's supposed to be rapid fire.
Shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Coffee?
Yeah. I used to like tea a lot. That's why it's tough because I still like tea, but green tea. I mean, yeah.
Got
but
it.
I'm gonna say coffee.
Okay. Chess or checkers?
Chess.
Breakfast or lunch?
Lunch.
Jay-Z or Kanye?
Jay-Z.
All right. Pizza or pasta?
Oh, pizza.
All right, yeah. New York, man. It has to be
Yeah.
pizza. iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Mumbai or New York?
Hey.
Ooh.
I mean, it's both, but I'll say Mumbai because we're here right now.
Okay. But New York people know that he loves New York too. I guess that's what he's trying to
Yes,
say. you know?
always.
Surfing or skateboarding?
Surfing.
Surfing. Awesome.
I don't do either of those.
Just
I
likes
like
watching
the
people
idea of surfing. Yeah.
surfing more.
Yeah.
And with that, would you like to say anything? Would you like to say any
Anything?
closing statements
Yes.
to the people watching?
I would, yes. Definitely check out the show. Um, let me know what you think, and yeah, keep going. You can do it. Believe. No, but thanks for having me, dude. Yeah, it's great.
Love that.